Welcome back, everyone. So, new day and new section. So, last time we got done with that office building, and then we realized we had the exact same office building right across the street. That's that's too damn funny. That's too damn funny. But as we assess the area, we have that long gated building, we have that 5-story building, and we have this wide open spot here. So let's go ahead and take a little drive around real quick. You know what I just realized? This one doesn't have a back road going through it. I thought they all had a back road going through them. Interesting. Huh. Okay, well, it is what it is. But, yeah, that's going to be a project. Of course, we got to clean up all the cars, all the debris. And hell, I guess we'll just start on this side. Let's see, let's just turn around. And... oh, no. Okay. The long side is on the... well, get out the tree, dumbass. Okay, so I guess we will park right in front of the club. Yeah, maybe we'll go get a drink later on. Haha. Ah! Yeah. Never mind. Okay, reminiscing. So, I think, yeah, we're gonna do this one next. Now, like I mentioned last video, since that is a replica of that one, all we're gonna do is restore it to its former glory. You know, we're not gonna furbish in the inside. We're not gonna deal with that. We'll make sure its floors and all that are intact, but other than that, that's gonna be a quick fix. But something like this is where we're definitely gonna have to, do some stuff. I don't even know. Is there anything even in here? You know, to be fair, I know I've probably searched every single POI before, but I really don't remember. Oh. Well, there ain't shit in this one. I do remember for the simple fact of, running over here like a coward and, hiding from Zed's early game. Taking all this out and fighting off a horde. I do remember that. So we actually have a blank slate here. We got a 3-story building. A lot of debris to clean up, which is going to take an excruciating amount of time, obviously. But I think it's going to be worth it, especially since we, like I said, we have a blank slate here. I don't know exactly what we'll do with it. Once I get the floors in, see where the structural integrity is at, to where I have support, we'll definitely go from that point forward. Is that stairs? Oh no, that's not stairs. That's just. And again, it's those bricks. Which we could replace those bricks with something else this time around. Then again, now those bricks I do not want to. I don't really want to use those. They look crappy. They look, you know, faded. Which I mean, I guess that does give a little bit of aesthetic, you know, rustic feel to it. But I kind of want. It is a rebuild, so it should look fresh, to some degree. So I think we'll definitely be changing those blocks and not using those. Oh, you're hot now, huh? Here. My God, that was loud. I love Hope City for the thunder. At least you consistently get thunder here. Okay, so yeah. I guess let the work begin. So, obviously, we'll do like we did before. We're going to have to clean up all this crap. Get it nice and neat. Let's see, where are we at? Now, if I was smart, I would go ahead and just get rid of all this crap first before we come back. Which would obviously take a lot of time, but it does need to be done. So that'll be maybe that'll be the project. But we definitely need to clean this out and then see where we go from there. So obviously, this is gonna take me a while. It's only gonna be a couple seconds for you guys, but yeah, wish me luck. So let me save your ears and let me get to work. Be back in a second. Woo! You know, for a game that I'm not grinding, that's like grinding, and I actually love it. Yeah. uh, I'm slowly eating away all the wasteland, and I believe I'm just gonna go ahead and complete all of it. Just, get rid of it all now, get it out of the way. As far as our building goes, if we come up here, yeah, I ended up tearing up a little bit of the ground more than I wanted. And like a dumbass, I put grass down. But looking at what we have, you can see it used to be offices. Yeah, filing cabinets everywhere. Yeah, I mean, nothing that really screams out what it's supposed to be. Well, there is a safe. So we're going to have to think of something. I kind of thought about maybe a firehouse. Make that into a firehouse, but I don't know. Because, let's see, I mean, right next door we have, obviously, the club. We got an office building. We already got a food place. And then, of course, a POI as far as the store goes. That was working stiff. So I don't want to put too much, aside from office buildings, I don't want them all together. And, of course, that damn thing, obviously, just going to be a repeat, unfortunately. I didn't realize it was right across the street from it. But, yeah, we're going to turn this into something. It might be more offices, might be a government building or something like that. I don't know. But we have a lot of room here in the front, too. So that gives a lot of leeway as far as, like, if I wanted to extend it out, make it a little bit fancy, things of that nature. But there's not a whole lot of room as far as, space goes. It is pretty narrow. Oops. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and continue back on grinding. I just figured we'd do a little in-between update, instead of just completely skipping from start to end. I kind of want to bring a little bit of that in between every now and then, when possible anyway. But yeah, like I said, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to completely eliminate all the wasteland. And then, yeah, figure out what the hell we're going to do with this building. So, in the meantime, let me get back to it. And we're done. The ZNN building. Zari News Network. And yes, that is a play on CNN. So, I ended up going with a media outlet as a theme for the building. And, yeah, I am pretty happy with the results. Of course, I could be biased on these things, but, if I'm personally satisfied, I think, hopefully it's good enough for you guys as well. A lot of work has been done now since the last time. The building next door, I did clean out all the debris. That way, all I got to do is go by and restore it. And that'll be done. Because, again, we're not going to do anything on the inside for that one. It's just all about the visual restoration on the outside. All the grass has been planted, except for that square over there. So if we go on the overhead map, as you can see, I'm still having issues as far as putting grass down. Something about structural integrity in Hub City, or the fact that it's only negative 27 elevation, I don't know. I've never had the problem of putting down grass before, but, here we are. And it's kind of funny because I end up having to put rebar frames like this, and then put dirt underneath it or on the side to keep it from just breaking. On the plus side, though, is the grass that grows on top. Some of it does break automatically, so at least I ain't got to be a lawnmower on that. And then, of course, the square over there, I have left open because that is undecided right now. But the benefit of doing this last time was I realized the block dimension is 99 by 99. That's not including the sidewalk. Which means that for each quadrant, we have a 49 by 49 square, which now tells me exactly how much real estate I have for any POI that is either pre-existing or future built. And as far as the square goes, like I said, I am still up to debate. I could turn that into a parking lot. It would make more sense that it was a parking lot. You know, especially since we got this square over here that's pretty wide open. And in order to, if I didn't make that a parking lot, let's see, it's this side over here. I would end up having to put, you know, I would end up putting a parking lot in between these two buildings, which technically would still work if I wanted to build something here. So what might happen is I might go ahead and complete the sidewalk, but then we leave this as a future project down the road. And I go back and I do a parking lot here. I might have to do some planning on that, but, you know, we'll figure it out along the way, you know. I'm not going to have the answers for everything immediately all the time, you know. And then, as I mentioned in the past, if you're new around here, I usually don't build on camera for a certain reason, and that's because I have a perfectionist ideology when I come to building. It's a little bit OCD, I guess, if you want to consider it, even though I'm really not OCD by nature. But the perfectionist side of me, let's just say if I didn't like something, I will tear the entire thing down. And don't get me wrong, if I didn't like the way this building was, I'd have tore it all down. This is why in my games I am a massive hoarder. And, because you never know. I might end up turning around and tearing it all down, and then I need all the resources to rebuild it. So, yeah. So, a prime example of that is the sidewalks. So, the sidewalks are naturally only 1 block wide. I don't like that. It don't look natural. It don't feel natural. It looks odd. So, obviously, I went back and I made these 2 blocks wide along with the curb. It just feels more natural. It looks more natural in my mind. Yeah. Just seems better. And, of course, as a result of that, I then went ahead and went back to our original block and made those 2 blocks wide along with the curb. Yeah. And I know we're deviating from over there a little bit. Sorry. But I also then came over here and re-smoothed out the corners. So, yeah. Again, that's the perfectionist side. Of course, the real perfectionist side would be tearing all this grass down, but no. I'd be 80 years old by the time I ever got this done if I don't die before then. So, yeah, let's not do that, you know? We'll accept the grass as is. I mean, that's fine. Of course, as far as landscaping goes, we only planted the 2 trees. You know, again, not every POI needs to have 50 million trees. Less is best sometimes. And I think overall that looks pretty damn good. Now, on the interior, all the lights are off. I've had ridiculous stability issues. It took me hour and a half, I should say, trying to record this because I would crash the minute I walked through the front door. That's even with taking all the lights down or shutting off all the lights on the 3rd floor and 2nd floor. I even went earlier in the day. I went up north. I broke down all the working lights that I could find around the POIs, hoping that would have brought stability, and that did not either. And I mean, yeah, we have a headlight. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure someone will say it at some point. But it's also not the same. You know, I was kind of hoping to at least have a visual, the visual aesthetic of working lights at least once during the tour. You know, But I guess that's just not going to be feasible. So moving forward, I guess I'm not even going to bother with the lights. I'll put the lights on the outside or whatnot, but, you know, as far as interior, yeah, we just can't do that. Because, like I said, I crashed for an hour and a half straight. It was ridiculous. So let's come on in here, and we have our receptionist area. Good thing with using these lighter colored blocks, light does bounce a little bit better. We even got skylights over here. But we'll go ahead and turn on the lamp so you can see it a little bit better. But even without the light, it actually, still dark, but it's still, you know, a lot better than what it could be. Then, of course, we come in here. So let's go ahead and do a small little pan across. So this is a media outlet, and there's our ZNN anchor room. So if we come in here, now we do have TVs for a reason, because we do have electricity. So we have a spot for our 2 anchors. And I was trying to be creative, trying to figure out, well, how do I represent cameras? And, you know, let's face it, this version, we have very limited block options. So, you know, laugh all you want. It does look like turrets. It looks like we're about to execute our anchors if they say the wrong thing. But they are supposed to be visual representations of a camera. Yes, I know they look retarded, but yeah, I'm doing the best I can, guys. Use your imagination a little bit. But I think they still worked out, you know. Still works out for what it is, you know. And, of course, you know, control panels, so you work all the details and all that wonderful good stuff. And then, of course, moving on to even more, of course, we have a small little office here. But then we go to the newsroom, or printing room, I should say. Yeah, because along with TV, we also have newspaper. Yeah, we got print news, so let's see. We got our stuff, a little control panel. Type in what's being printed on the paper for that day or week or whatever edition. Of course, it comes out here, comes down the conveyor belt, and then gets packed into these boxes over here for shipment. I know they say explosive, but sometimes news is explosive and exciting. So there we go. And I even put a furnace over here and stacked it with paper, because that's where we put the paper in. So yeah, worked out pretty decent. Now, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and shut those. Then we come over here, and we have a small little bathroom over here. Now, nothing too fancy, nothing too extreme. Just enough for what it is. Let's see, we come upstairs. Let's do a small little pan, so you can see what it's looking like. Of course, this section, now all the offices are identical. They all have the 2 desks, you know, seating, you know, filing cabinets. The little chalkboard is representing, you know, like taking notes or whatnot, you know, ideas, things of that nature. And of course, they all do have a TV. That way they can see local events going on or anything that's happening. But yeah, they're all identical. Chair placement might be a little bit different, but, you know. And then, of course, a little staff room. You know, nice big TV, some vending machines, and, of course, 3-stall bathroom. Which turned out pretty good. So you got 2 bigger ones, and then a small one in the center. Yep, not too bad. And with it being daylight, I mean, it's dark, but at least you can at least see a little bit. I thought about putting plants, but I ended up deciding not to. And then let's go ahead and go to the 3rd floor. Now, this floor would basically be like your CEO / editor-in-chief type offices and setting. So, like the CEO office over here, you know, nice little fancy office. Got seating, got a couch. Then we got ourselves another little office over here. And then, as you always see, there is a newsroom. conference room, whatever you want to call it. Somewhere where, you know, all your top reporters come in, editor-in-chief, figure out what the hell's being reported that day, pitching ideas, all that wonderful good stuff. You know, typical thing that you normally see in, like in movies and all that. I've never worked for a paper, so I can't really say exactly what all that would be, but, you know, I think you get the idea. And then, of course, this office has dual desks. And then, final little break room for up here. And, of course, 3-stall bathroom as well. Now, when you gotta poop, you gotta poop. I can't expect them to run downstairs, you know, to do it. But yeah, I mean... And then, if you're wondering, I mean, like, the design as far as this, you know, not every POI needs to be overly packed. And to me, I think it looks a little bit more professional that you have this, you know, wide open area on this, on the walkway. It just feels a little bit more natural that way, you know? Instead of trying to jam-pack, you know, 50 offices there or something. And, of course, vending machines. Yeah, so, that's the, ZNN building. And, you know, I could be biased, but I think that turned out pretty damn good. For what it is. For what, limitations I have. You know, block-wise, or anything for decorations. Yeah, I'm once again, I am happy with it. And there is a roof access. There is no, whatchamacallit, there is no, AC or vents up there. I mean, it's not like we're going to fly over the city and you can see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty damn happy with it. Let me know what you guys think, because, be curious to know. And yeah, I even put stop signs. And of course, I'm not stopping because I'm above the wall. And there's nobody here, so I'm the only living person here in the city right now. So our next project, this five-story building. And now from the visual looking, it's only that's the entire structure right there. Now, what am I gonna do with it? I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna do with it. Yeah, let's build the workbench there. Now, chances are we'll just go ahead and turn that into an office building as well. It's not until next time when we go in there, we clean out all that crap and actually assess the inside of one and see what the layout is before we can figure out what we're going to do with it. But for the time being, it's probably going to be an office building. Now, I would like to do something unique with it, but I have no idea what that would be. Or it might turn into just being an empty shell like that one over there. Now, again, not every POI needs to be fully packed and all that wonderful stuff. They don't all have to be technically unique in that regard. And if you've ever been to Hub City, you know that's not the only one of these. You know, every destroyed building we have, there's multiple. So I'm pretty sure we'll find another 5 or 6 of them to where if we want to do something unique, we have the option to do it. I mean, we could even turn, maybe down the road, depending on the location, could probably even turn them into an apartment, you know, small little apartment complex as well, just to give more residential feel. So that's always a possibility as well. But as far as this one, the setting, it's definitely going to be an office thing. And then, yeah, I'm still in the back of my mind. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. And who knows, maybe I will leave that open and we just move on somewhere else. And then we can always come back to it, you know, pretty much under construction. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and leave that off here. I think that was a pretty good end result. Hope you liked the video. Hope you liked the build. Yeah. So other than that, obviously, if you enjoyed the video, I do appreciate it if you hit the like button, all that wonderful good stuff. If you're new around here, if you want to stick around, I welcome you all to join me on this journey as I rebuild all of Hub City. I know this version is outdated. We got the new port coming, but I still always wanted to accomplish some kind of rebuild / house flipper on this version, and this is going to fill that need. You know, we don't have Hub Cities in the new version that's coming, so this is really my only chance to accomplish this goal that I've had lingering in the back of my head. So again, I wholeheartedly welcome anybody and to come along with this journey on me, because I think the end result will be pretty cool. So with that, hope everything is good. Stay safe, and until next time, everyone, definitely take it easy.